I am making Grandpa Ye's all-time favorite, Mapo Tofu. It is saucy, salty, tingly, sweet, spicy pork and tofu together in one majorly satisfying dish. To start, I'm prepping my tofu. I've got a block of it here that I'm chopping into little cubes.
I season this first, make a tingly pork sauce, and then fold everything together.
Anytime we would go out to restaurants with my grandpa, he would insist on ordering Mapo Tofu. I'll transfer my tofu to a bowl. I'll cover this with boiling water and season the water liberally with salt so that the tofu can get seasoned from the inside out, just like seasoning pasta water. I'll let this sit while I make my sauce.
I'll combine 3/4 of a cup of chicken stock. This sauce has so much flavor, it's kind of insane.
Add 1 tablespoon of light brown sugar, and then a tablespoon of cornstarch, which will help thicken it. A 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce, a tablespoon of toasted sesame oil. Most of the ingredients in this sauce are super common, really easy for me to find in town, but some of the more traditional ingredients in Mapo Tofu are kind of hard for me to find in town. So I've made a couple of substitutions, but the flavor is still there. One of those ingredients is black bean garlic sauce. More traditionally, you would see it made with just fermented black beans. And then I'm using gochujang, which is a Korean ingredient, but it adds a very similar quality of heat that you would typically find in a Mapo Tofu. I'll add between 2 and 3 tablespoons. 3 will be quite spicy, 2 is kind of on the milder side. I'll whisk this together, and then I'll just set this aside while I cook up my pork. I've got a drizzle of neutral oil in my pot here. I'll add a pound of ground pork, and then season it with a good pinch of salt. Even though the sauce is fairly salty, whenever you're cooking something like this with ground meat, you want to make sure that the salt is making contact with the meat so that it can bring out all of its natural flavor. I'll cook this over medium-high until it's brown for a few minutes as I break it up with my spoon. It's already smelling good.
Okay, this is just about finished browning.
I've got some finely chopped ginger, garlic, and scallions. The flavor trifecta in Chinese cooking. I'll just add the white parts of the scallions now so that they can soften, and then add the green parts at the end. And then 2 teaspoons of cracked Szechuan peppercorns, which create a tingly sensation in this dish. It's so unique. You could sub loads of black pepper with a little coriander. I'll stir this around. Just let the garlic and the ginger and scallions soften. This is smelling heavenly. I want to be careful not to burn the garlic. So once I can start smelling it, I'll mix it in with the rest of the pork and then pour in the sauce, which will stop the cooking of the garlic and prevent it from burning. Yum. I'll allow the cornstarch to thicken up the sauce. It's almost time. It's gonna be so good. Drain the tofu and then gently fold this in. Tofu is a great canvas for flavor, and this sauce has so much flavor, so it all makes sense. I'll finish with my reserved scallion greens. Going in. So flavorful. I'm getting that tingly sensation.